Win big with new DRF All Access past performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Dan Illman, Mike Beer, taking a look at race number 12 at Parx. It's the Grade 1 $1 million Cotillion. 3-year-old filly is going 1 mile and a 16th. And as we throw up the field, we've got one of the best horses in the entire country, regardless of age, regardless of sex. It's the 6th, Torpedo Anna, who's somehow only 4 to 5 on the morning line. Mike, I thought she'd be a lot shorter in the Grade 1 Cotillion based on her effort in the Travers. I think she'd be 4 to 5 in the Pennsylvania Derby. She might be 1 to 5 here.
Yeah, don't worry. If you were looking for a shorter price at post time, you'll get it, Dan. If that's what you're looking for, she's not going to be 4 to 5 in here. I mean, she's just a really good horse, and based on what she's done so far as a 3-year-old, and this is a good field, she towers over these horses.
Let's throw up our time form US pace projector. Torpedo Anna likes to be up close to the pace, but Mystic Lake is going to be stretching out off of a 2-turn sprint at Charlestown, and this is a very fast horse. Wire-to-wire winner of the Miss Preakness, 3 starts back going 3/4. I think her only chance is if she goes and Torpedo Anna doesn't fire.
Yeah, good. I mean, she's in really good form on the way into this, and she is very fast, but there are distance concerns here. There's still some class concerns here, Dan. And it's not like she's just going to be able to go out there and walk on the lead because there's plenty of tactical speed behind her.
I don't want to give short shrift to the number 1 Power Squeeze, who has the fastest time form US late pace rating. She was no match for Torpedo Anna in both the Kentucky Oaks and the Acorn, but she's made hay in her last 2 races, the Delaware Oaks, and then this race, the Alabama, where she got a fast pace going 1.25 miles and kicks them all down. Not only does she have a strong late rally, she has a very strong will to win.
Yeah, she shows up every single time. Great ride from Castellano here, Dan. As you mentioned, the pace was fast. He waited it out. The favorite there, Candied, made the early move, and Castellano didn't go. He waited longer, made the last run, and closed her down right at the end. But this horse is dead game. She will run at the end of this race. There's a chance that this pace gets a little bit fast for her, too. She's really underrated. I doubt she can beat Torpedo Anna without a little bit of help, but she's a good horse.
Todd Pletcher's done a nice job getting the number 2 Scalable back in form. She was no match for Power Squeeze down at Gulfstream, and then Todd ran her on the turf during Kentucky Derby week. But since the return to dirt, she's recovered with 2 victories, including this win in the Monmouth Oaks. And it's not like this was a race that featured a fast pace going 1 mile and a 16th. They went 48 and 3. Scalable's got to grind this thing out, and she does so. She's a very tactical horse that can work out a good trip, and it seems like she's slowly improving again.
I like that. I agree with you, Dan. I like this performance from her. I thought this was a really good effort from Scalable. The race 2 starts back when she won at Churchill, it just looked like, more of the same from her with a 75 buyer winning, but I thought she was better than that without a great trip in that race, and she wound up getting it done. Really took a jump forward in that last one.
If Torpedo Anna stubs her toe, maybe the 3 Tarifa is one that could take advantage. She won 3 races over the winter, including a couple of graded stakes races at the fairgrounds, and because of that, she was 5 to 1 against Torpedo Anna in the Kentucky Oaks, and she didn't run well at all in that race. I like what Brad Cox did. He gave her plenty of time after that start, prepped her in a sprint race at Ellis Park last time out, and although she was the beaten favorite, I think she probably got a lot out of that performance.
Yeah, I agree with you. And wasn't she just best in there anyway? I mean, off the layoff, cutting back to 7. That horse that won the race, Fibber's, in really good form. And just said this horse had to do all the dirty work, pressed on the pace by 2 rivals to her outside. She finally fights them off, and here comes Fibber from a perfect trip to close her down. But this horse, she ran very, very well, and then it just feels like she'll run better in this race, getting back out around 2 turns.
The 4 Everland is a stakes winner over the synthetic surface at Turfway Park, but is coming off a useful 3rd place finish in a high-level allowance at Churchill on dirt, a race where she was banged around a little bit towards the end and was only beaten ahead. She's the kind of filly that's likely just going to sit back, hope for a hot pace, and make one run. And if she does run here, she's also cross-entered at Churchill Downs. They'd love to get a Grade 1 placing.
I'm sure they would. And I guess if you wanted to try to make a case for her at a price, I mean, she's a little bit underexposed as a dirt horse because you have that last one where she had plenty of trouble and might have won with a clean trip. And then the only other dirt start is the Kentucky Oaks, where she's 5th at a huge price. Not a terrible performance at all.
I'm a big fan of the Juddmonte filly, the 5 Sidamara, who looked good, I thought, winning at Churchill Downs 2 starts back over sloppy going, just settled beautifully in mid-pack, made this big 3-wide move to the lead, and then just kept on rolling. They ran her in the Delaware Oaks against Power Squeeze last time. She actually was the odds-on favorite in that race. Didn't break weight, but ran on very gamely to be second, only beaten a nose. Power Squeezes, I wonder if her experience got the better of Sidamara in that start.
It feels like that's a possibility. I think it's also just at least worth pointing out that Power Squeeze really got the jump on Sidamara in that race too. This horse wound up sort of over behind horses on the final turn, and Power Squeeze got ahead of her and made first run into the stretch. This horse finished really well in there and just missed in another really good performance. She's lightly raced. She's well bred. She's got forward to go. She's got the right running style for this race. I thought there was plenty to like.
Here's the one they're all going to be looking for, the 6 Torpedo Anna, without a doubt the best 3-year-old dirt filly in the world, and she almost beat the boys last time out in the Midsummer Derby. Here's the Grade 1 Travers, and she got a very nice ride from Brian Hernandez, who saved ground in behind the lead, got to the outside on the turn, has his shot at fierceness turning into the stretch. Torpedo Anna's really going to kick it in this final 1/8 of a mile and just come up short.
Really game finish here. Listen, ultimately, you're right. Brian Hernandez did everything right here, gave her every chance to win, and she's second best there, but she is catching at the end of the Travers there and just came up short. Super strong performance, 111 Buyer. She's 4 to 5 and shorter for a reason. Her good race is too good for these horses.
Yeah, simple as that. She's just been exceptional all year long, and she has the tactical speed to work out any sort of a trip. Trainer Mark Henning's done a wonderful job placing the number 7 Gunong, got the graded stakes win in the Black Eyed Susan on Preakness week, and then found a good spot in the local prep for the Cotillion. This race, the Catherine Sophia going 1 mile and 70 yards, and Gunong got a beautiful breather on the backstretch while loose on the lead under Jose Lascano and sprints on home. Gunong might not have this trip available to her here, but she's tactical enough to stay close.
Yeah, I don't feel like, not making the lead, just sort of takes all of her chances away, because I don't think she's that kind of a horse, but she did have all the best of it here, Dan. And then when you go back to the Monmouth Oaks 2 back, and she ran fine in that race, but she didn't run as well as Scalable did, and Scalable's back in this field as well.
And here's Mystic Lake, who's expected to show a lot of early speed, stretching out to 1 mile and a 16th off this race. A victory going a 2 turn 7/8 at Charlestown in the Grade 2 Charlestown Oaks. She sat just off of the leader, exploded to the lead on the final turn, and just draws away with impunity. A respectable 95 Buyer speed figure. She's going to show speed, but going 1 mile and a 16th, especially against this sort of competition, that's a big question mark.
It really is. She's in great form right now, and I do feel like she's dangerous speed in this race, because you just feel like Mike Smith is just going to send her out of there from the outside post, put her on the lead, and then just see what happens. Her recent races are really, really strong, but this is a pretty tall order for her.
Top pick time for the Cotillion. Again, I don't really want to have a lot of money in against Torpedo Anna. She is way the horse to beat, and if she shows up, the Parx faithful might get a show.
Yeah, I'm not interested in betting against her at all in here, Dan, but I'm very interested to see how she runs. You know that she's prepping in this race for the Breeders' Cup, but it's $1 million Grade 1. She's going to be ready.
Mike will try to get Sidamara into the exacta. I'll try to get the number 3 Tarifa, both lightly raced horses that are well bred and might be still coming into their own. 6513 for Mike, 6382 for me. It is Torpedo Anna going to go off the big favorite in the Cotillion. Good luck. Hey buddy, you look like you're in need of a winner, and just remember, if you like and subscribe right over here, you can get all of the great content on DRF.com, including Race of the Day, stakes previews, and lots more, featuring me and my superb selections. Trust me, you're not going to regret it.